What's up guys, Chris here, back again with another video on the channel. Today's video, I want to talk about record breaker cards, I want to talk about best of Team of the Week cards, what sort of content we may get on the Monday today, and kind of talking about the market in general, and maybe how you guys can trade if we can get to that part of the video. So, before we get into this video today, if you guys can, drop a like on the video. Let's hit 100 likes, that would be awesome. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here, turn the notification bell on as well. We're trying to hit 10,000 subs by Christmas. That's going to be hard, but I think we can do it. So subbing to the channel obviously is very, very important, very helpful for me. Get involved with us over on the Discord and Twitch. We give you guys free guides, free trading tips in that Discord if you guys want to get involved with that. So let's get right into this video. So record breaker cards are actually down right now. Now, let me show you guys the news page, and it says that record breaker cards are going to be available until December 1st. So if the full team is going out of packs tomorrow on Tuesday, I have a couple cards that I have in mind that may go up depending on the content that we do get today. Now, the reason why I say depending on the content is because there's been rumblings that there might be some sort of Team of the Week upgrade repeatable that's tradable. And I don't know if that's going to actually happen. We'll see. This would be the only day that EA would be able to release that sort of content, because Tuesday everything goes out of packs. Best of Team League goes out. Record breakers go out of packs. So it'll be interesting to me what they decide to do on the Monday. Now, obviously today is Cyber Monday, but I don't think EA is going to run lightning rounds. They ran lightning rounds back in FIFA 19. They did not run them last year though, and I think EA is kind of catching on and knows that during Mondays, not many people are buying packs. Like, there's not really an emphasis on buying packs, so I don't think they're going to run lightning rounds. So how are these cards going to get supplied into the market? We will find out. If you want to gamble, and this is totally up to you guys, there could be a lot of profit, in my opinion, by buying some of these cards, the Fabregas, the David Silva, the Sancho, right? Cards that you believe are going to go up out of packs. It might be worth buying before the content drop if you want to bank on them not releasing content at all and give them any sort of supply. You could probably see a good buyback today on these record breakers, because I think a lot of people are going to understand that these cards have no more supply. They're pretty rare as it is, because they were released on Friday, but they were also released on Sunday for the Team 2 cards. And if they are all going out of packs on December 1st, on Tuesday, then they're not going to really have much supply, especially a guy like Fabregas, who, I mean, League One this year is a pretty popular league compared to previous years. And I think a lot of people are going to want to use a Cesc Fabregas for nostalgia reasons. And like I said, a lot of people have League One stuff. So a guy like this would probably rise a little bit out of packs. A guy like Sancho, for me, would probably rise a good amount out of packs as well, seeing that we really don't have much for right wings in the Bundesliga. So if you take a look at a guy like Sancho right now, there's a 307 right there. Like, for me, 300k for this is like not too bad. I think a lot of people are going to want to use him. There's a lot of other English players. He's Dortmund, right? Holland has a Team of the Week card. I don't know if I'm going to touch the Team of the Weeks as much. The ones that are in packs right now. The best ofs we'll talk about. The record breakers for me are going to be really interesting depending on the content that we get today. So if you guys want to go gamble on not being any content today, I would try to look for some of these record breakers before the content drop if you see some sort of panic selling. And even if you don't see panic selling, I still think they're at decent prices. Like, for example, Fabregas at like 80, 75k is actually pretty good. He was 140 selling earlier today. Sancho at 300 was pretty good. And David Silva at like 120 I think is a really good price as well. Some of the other ones are already at 70k. So that's pretty much discard price with these record breakers, like we mentioned a couple of videos ago. So that's record breakers. Something I also want to mention to you guys is talking about some of the best tough cards. Now, they're going out of packs on Tuesday, and it'll be, again, interesting to see what EA does today with the content, because if they don't release anything that supplies these cards again, these guys are going to rise. I think a lot of people are going to be looking for these guys out of pack investing, and these guys are going to rise. So if you want to also gamble, if you need a Renato Sanchez, Like, in my opinion, a guy like Renato Sanchez, if they were to bring out a Team League tradable pack, okay, who knows if they're going to make that repeatable? That's going to be, they didn't do that with the base icon. They didn't make it repeatable. They've kind of limited the market drop on some of the SBCs they've released. They've kind of made it so it's like a coin sink, but you can't really do a repeatable unless it's like upgrades. If they do a Team League tradable today, I don't know if they're going to make it repeatable. That would be pretty malicious on them if they really want to destroy this market and destroy all the coins that people have gotten over the weekend with all those lightning rounds that they had run. So if you want to buy Renato Sanchez, you can gamble before 6 p.m. today, or if you want to buy him for, you know, a team, or you want to buy him for an investment, you can buy before 6 if you want to gamble on the content. If you want to kind of play it safe, you want to wait till after the content drop, just make sure you're there at 6 p.m. ready to go. If we don't really get much content, you are there to buy him up. Because I do think you're going to see a lot of people buying these sort of cards. And I also don't believe, and we talked about it in yesterday's video, I don't think guys like Renato and these best of team leagues have been supplied as much as they have been in previous years. Now, if we look at the pack probabilities, it has nothing to do with team of the weeks, but a record breaker player actually has 3.5%. So that's not much, really. So, you know, these guys really haven't been supplied. These best of team of the week cards are probably at like the same percentage, maybe a little bit higher. I don't really see them, you know, being supplied as much because every single time they've been supplied, they seem to rebound every time. If you look at Renato, 187 up to 195, down all the way to 190. All right, he goes all the way up to 200K yesterday, and that's where he's chilling right now. So if he drops back down, okay, today prior to the content drop, maybe like 185, 190, that could be a decent pickup for a team, an investment, whatever, right? Another card that could rise out of packs for me would be a guy like Valverde, possibly, because again, if you look at La Liga center mids, there's not really many there. He's another card that has really kept his price up. Look at this. I mean, on Thursday, he was 241. He's only down like 20K. So unless this is going to be like a FIFA 18 situation where these guys just drop out of packs, although they didn't have the drop off in packs that the Team of the Week 10 did in FIFA 18, they just dropped a ton out of packs. I wonder if, I think these guys will rise out of packs. I don't think they were supplied that much. I think people still want to use them for teams. So if you want to buy any of the best stuff cards, I think you're going to want to look at before they go to packs tomorrow on Tuesday. That's something to look out for. Now, in terms of road to the finals, some of the road to the finals are up in price right now. So if you take a look here, we were looking at a Kanji yesterday at like 210, 215. He's now 230. This Koulibaly is up a ton. Okay, so what I think is going to happen this week, and look how high he is, by the way. If you look at yesterday, he was 340K. He hits a high of 390, up to 386. He is now up to 430. I don't know if he's actually been sold at that, but that's kind of remarkable how high this guy's actually gone. He has sold at 390 multiple times, though. I would expect these roads to the finals to keep rising on Monday as long as we don't get crazy content. I also think that these cards may drop a little bit after their games this week. Now, the only way I can see them actually rising would be if a surprise result happens. So, if you remember last week, Atalanta, they beat Liverpool. So, what ended up happening is Muriel was so cheap, and people bought him up, right? So, you see this right here. That was last Wednesday, right? That was when they were playing. So, he went from 56,000 to 62, and he's kind of, you know, hasn't looked back since. He's kept rising and rising and rising. And I don't think it's going to stop either, especially if Atalanta do beat their opponent this week in Midtjylland and say maybe Ajax lose. You could see some more panic selling on Quincy, but you may see more people buy into Muriel. So you may see these guys drop off a little bit. We did see that last week. These guys did drop off after their games, regardless if they did win. I would expect that to probably happen again. Now, their upgrades are not due until December time. So, you know, if you're looking for like a long-term buy, then maybe you wait till after they go down after their game, if they do indeed do that. Because then that could be a great opportunity, in my opinion, to pick some of these guys up if, you know, they're in really good positions. For example, if Akanji drops after the game, for me, that's a really good long-term flip because, the following week we're going to have match day 6, and that's the following week is probably going to be when they get their upgrades, and you're going to want to sell before they do get that upgrade. I can show you guys Son from last year. This was a really, really high rated player, but if we take a look at generations, and we show you guys Road to the Final Son last year, okay, and let's just do 3 months here, and let's go here, right? I'm assuming he gets his upgrade here, December 10th. I'm assuming he gets his upgrade there. He goes from 2 million coins. Doesn't go up a ton, but he goes from 1.9 all the way to 2. He drops all the way down to about 1.54. So if that was because he got an upgrade, that makes 100% sense why it happened. And that's what happens with a lot of cards. If we take a look at a guy like Allen from last year, let's see if the same thing applied to Allen. Let's see. So the 90 overall Allen last year, did we see a drop off as well? It looks like we did see a fall off a cliff for Allen, but let's just see. Yep, December 13th, he went from 452. He drops all the way down to 332. I wonder if this was due to Team of the Year nominee or this was due to him getting an upgrade. That'll be interesting for me to go back and do some research. But they should drop when they get their upgrade because so many people over time have been holding those cards, and they should drop. Now, they could obviously surprise us this year and more people buy into them, but that's based off of what we saw last year. Is when cards usually get upgrades, if it's not like a +2 or +3, you normally see them drop after they get their upgrades. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. In terms of trading this week, now Monday to Wednesday I think is a great opportunity to Tech Avion. We talk about Tech Avion a lot, but there's a list in our Discord of different types of players to trade with. So what I would do is I'd go to a guy like Linglet. Say we get no content on Monday. It'll be great to do it with a guy like this, where we look at a guy like Linglet. He's about 23,000 coins, right? 23k. All you need to go and look at is what has Linglet gone for today. So we take a look at Fuppin. He's 23.2. And if we see, he was 22 up to 22.8 down to 22. So he's actually up right now, right? Normally what you want to do is you want to pick them at a price that's a little bit lower than where they were on the graph today. So for example, he was 24k all day today. He drops all the way down to 22. That's the opportunity to pick him up at 20 or 21, and now he's at 23, and you could be lazy selling him at 24 and 25. Tech Avion is essentially buying players with chem styles on them and flipping them for about 1 to 2k higher than their current price. So like right there, 21.5 for that Linglet for me is good, because I guarantee you I can sell this for probably 25, but I'm going to go with 24 just to be safe. I can get a really good price on this. And say you buy 15 of them at 21.5 and you sell at 24.5 or 25, right? You're making like 2.5 a card right there. That's pretty solid profit. So, that is something that I'd be looking at doing. Lower budget cards like Golds, Lenglet, Sane, Dembele, Havertz, De Jong, these type of guys. Lucas as well is very good to do this with. These are the sort of players that I would do this. It could be any chem style, even a position change for the midfielders and the forwards. That's something I would look at doing this week for, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Make sure you guys get them out by 6 p.m. the next day, because we're going to get UCL marquee matchups on Tuesday, which is then going to supply them again so that we can then do some Tech Avion on Tuesday as well. It's going to be good to do this every single day after 6 p.m. content, because maybe they drop a little bit and then, you see a little bit of a rebound and you can lazy sell them every single hour of the day. Another thing I'll be looking at doing this week, and just be, again, if there's no content tomorrow on Monday, then I really do expect the market to do very, very well this week. I think it's going to do well regardless. I really do. So just kind of, trading with cards that maybe are a little bit lower on their, fluctuation. Like, for example, a guy like Mertens is getting quite low, right? He's 510,000 coins. If you take a look where he was 556 on the weekend league. So this is the kind of card that on Thursday I can expect to go back up to 550. Now, maybe on Tuesday he goes to 525, 530. Wednesday he goes back up to 540. And then on Thursday you see the 560, 570, 580 with all those coins that have been injected into the market. You should see a very, very nice rise into the weekend league. So just fluctuation trading is probably what you want to be looking at doing. Let me show you guys a guy that I'm buying, is Konate. So if you take a look at Konate here, he's 42,000 coins on FUTBIN. Now, if you take a look at his graph from yesterday, he goes from 48,000 all the way up to 49, down to 46.7, up to 48, down to 44. He then rebounds back up to 46. So that's after Squad Battle Rewards. So that's interesting to me because if he rebounded after Squad Battle Rewards, that means that I can buy him at 42. And not only can I expect him to go to 46, I can expect him to go to probably like 47-ish. So he's actually not that right now, but thankfully I was able to pick 2 up at 43k. So I'm going to sell these at 47 and I'm going to make about 2k a card. And it's not a lot of profit, but this is like the sort of trading that I would look at doing is fluctuation informed trading. That's my favorite thing to do. It's how I started to trade. And just kind of looking at any past inform, any past special that is kind of down in price for a particular hour. And again, the market should do well this week. So if you look at a guy like Partey, right, 142 all the way to 152, up to 149, down to 135, up to 144, right? And at that point at 135, you can look at like 131, sell for like 140 plus, make a couple K a card. He rebounded back up to about 142. So he's not actually down that much right now. But if he was in like the 135, I know I could probably get 144 for that. So I can buy him at like 130 and I can make a little bit of coins that way. So that's what I'll be looking at doing this week on the market. It's a lot easier to trade in a market that is going up as opposed to going down. It has its both pros and cons, but to be honest, it's good to trade in a market that is going up because you have buyers. It's not taking a long time to sell cards, especially with a thing like Tecavion, is you have a lot of lazy buyers at that time. I would expect the market to do well this week. Hopefully this video helped you guys out a little bit. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys in a video soon. Peace out.